Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just put up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon.
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty, half my age and crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, because it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, because I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
I see. You know, I gotta let it play out for a while. Crab Max said this is his thing right here.
Okay, Crab.
You know, I'm dancing right now.
Alrighty. Bar Talk with Jay, and I'm back in the building, and I always gotta say, how are my crew doing? What's up with my crew tonight? I got Kenya in the building.
What up, though?
And then I got Jeffrey and Craftmatic on the phone. How about Craftmatic first? Craftmatic, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fabulous, man. Doing fabulous. Wish I could be there, but I'm with you in spirit. I'm most certainly with you on the phone.
All right. And then we got Jeffrey. Jeffrey in the building. Jeffrey.
Brother Jay, Brother Craft, sister. What's going on there?
Hey, that's what I love about my boy Jeffrey, boy. He always worried about them women, boy. He always about them women. Woo-woo! That's my dog. That is my dog. All right, well, I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to get this show going, man. First thing I'm going to say, man, this has nothing to do with the show, but I did a Facebook Live earlier saying God has blessed me.
Amen.
After the surgery my mother went through. I know this is about relationships, but guess what? I have a serious relationship with my mother. A lot of women say, are you a mama's boy? Guess what? I ain't a boy. I'm a man. But I'm going to tell you all day long that that's a woman that I definitely love. She's near dear to my heart. And I did a Facebook Live for her in her honor. Also because of breast cancer. She got diagnosed with breast cancer stage 1. Had the surgery, had to remove. And at this point, she'll have to go through chemo. I am blessed because my father unfortunately passed through cancer. And he'd been through chemo. And I watched what that did. And it tore me apart. Because that was my father. That was my king. And, you know, leaving the prince behind. But guess what? Prince grew up to be a king.
Amen.
So now I got to go down this path with the remembrance of him. But it's making change. It's not about regret. His life wasn't about regret. I'm not regretting. So when my mom got diagnosed with this, it was a scare. Don't get me wrong. But I prayed. I told Kraft about it. He prayed. Kenya prayed. Everybody that knew prayed. Because my mom was like a mom. And even though I call her mom because I can't call her nothing else, because if I said her real name, boy, it would have been a fight. And I wasn't going to win. Please believe it. So, again, the dedication is breast cancer awareness. They call it early enough, first stage. So, again, I'm pushing hard because I got a bowling tournament coming up. And, again, this bowling tournament, Bar Talk with Jay joined in. We got a bowling team that's going to be down in Atlanta. I think 1959 Metropolitan Parkway. So please come out, support us. It's going to be this Saturday from 8 to 10. Please sign up.
Breast cancer versus lupus.
Yes, I'm sorry. Breast cancer versus lupus. Because again, there's many different things out there. But these two things are very popular.
Yes.
And we want to support. And again, Bar Talk with Jay is about the community. So again, I don't want to get long-winded with my personal endeavors. But I want to make sure y'all are aware the person behind the mic is a person. And they got real people. And we go through things. And I signed up with this event way before I even knew about my mom.
Yes.
So again, it just let me know I'm on the right path. And she's recovering. She's doing well. She's with me. Not just in spirit. She is with me, right in the house with me.
Hallelujah.
What? But getting back to the show, the question of today is going to be the topic. In relationships, I got a question for you guys. When is it too much information? And I'm throwing that out there, but I want to make sure I make it where everybody can chime in and ask questions. When is it too much information when you're dating? Because it's one thing when you're married, okay? But when you're dating, sometimes I've heard people say a little too much. And I really feel like when you tell somebody something, you can't say, well, I didn't think you was really going to take it like that. Because that's how you gave it. And if you give a person a scenario about you, and that's not you, because that was your past, then why did you tell it?
Right.
Because again, I'm trying to learn you. And a lot of times what I see is when I go in relationships sometimes. I say sometimes because I'm not out there like that all the time. And you know, I'm brother single. I ain't on the list like that. I need help, okay? I'm telling you right now, Christian under construction. I got my hands up, okay? Good Lord, need me to understand. Dating ain't what I need to be doing. I need to sit down after my divorce and everything. I need to sit down for a minute and let good things heal in me because I have a lot in me, and that's why I talk. I talk a lot because before this, one thing I can always tell you, I didn't always have it right. And now that I'm starting to sit down, he's blessing me to be able to get it right.
Yeah.
And that's the blessing of going through life. But one of the things I'm going back to is when I was dating, when I was out there, I said, oh, and yeah, I was out there. They was telling me about their ex-boyfriend. You know, I hope you ain't like the last man I was with. And, you know, that's a downer automatically. You know, one, it's good to know that you dated before me and somebody else done took them cookies. Okay, I'm good to know that I'm comparing your potato chip cookies to somebody else's. You know. Anyway, so that starts off so great. And then, I hope you don't do me like him. Okay, so now I'm being compared to your mistake. Because that was obviously a mistake because you left him and you ain't what you want. So, to me, that's not a good conversation piece. I feel that why don't you learn from what you went through? Take your time and let me show you what I want to show you because I'm a different man. Now, I can't say everybody's the same. I would say give a person a chance. But if you tell them everything that you've been through, you gave them a roadmap. So now I know what not to do, but you don't see me. You see what I know not to do. How about seeing me for me? Judge me for who I am instead of judging me by what you've been through. Because what you've been through is supposed to teach you. So again, to the audience and to anybody that want to chime in, Facebook, definitely. When is it too much when you're dating? Too much information. And do it really make you not judge them correctly because of the information that they gave you, even though they feel like they're a different person? Because I know if I told somebody I was out there hoeing, they ain't quick to want to holler at a brother. They see a Christian under construction, but I ain't got a reason to lie. I did it. So, but it's not appetizing. It's not something somebody definitely want to hear on the upfront. So again, I'm not saying that to detract anybody from to make anybody feel like, oh, okay, don't talk. No, it's about learning points. It's conversation. And I'm gonna open it up to Kenya first, because Kenya is the only woman in the building right now. I'm just saying, we got other guests coming, and then I'm gonna let Jeffrey and Charismatic go at it, because I know them brothers got something to say about that too much information.
Well, first of all, Jay, you shared your testimony so fast that we couldn't even praise. So can we just give a hand clap to God, please?
Oh, okay. You want to do a hand clap? Okay.
You know, for
right.
just keeping Miss, for Grandma,
there
you
go,
keeping her safe.
Just call her mom. Just call her mom.
In the right hand.
Just call her mom.
And then we got another mom, beautiful mom, walking in the building.
And
my bro, John.
Okay, get my kids.
But to answer the question, I mean, well, to just, you know, go off of what Jay said, I do feel like you have a point, because sometimes you do go in and it's not even telling too much, it's just the comparing. That's the telling, you know, not the information. You know, it's I guess, you know, it's both, it's comparing, but I feel like that's where we get thrown off in relationships, because sometimes you tell them too much and people can be listening and now they know how to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Now they know your weaknesses instead of actually learning, you know, from firsthand, and you just saying, well, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. And after a while, you're not going to want to hear about the ex. It's like, you know, clearly you're not here for a reason, so get to try me out. You know, see what I can bring to the table. Let's have a new conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was, you know, dating or whatnot. So,
Don't play it all light like you wasn't
somebody
doing
would
it.
mention, what what she did or whatnot, and I did the same thing. And then when it became to arguments, it's like, oh, you act just like so and so, or you acting just like so and so. But it's like I wouldn't be able, or he wouldn't be able to compare if I never told him how so and so acted. So it can be a tick from tack kind of thing. But I think that when we're getting into new relationships, it just needs to be new beginnings, and it needs to be in the past. It's like you're bringing the past now into the new, hoping that it won't be the same, but yet you done already spoke the past into existence. So I feel like we just have to put a muzzle over our mouth, at least pray God, help me put a muzzle on my mouth to share certain information.
All right. Okay.
So that's my spiel. My way K is in the building.
I got you. Okay, let's go with Craftmatic. No. Let's go with Jeffrey. Let's do a spin to it. Let's throw Jeffrey in because Jeffrey like to slap the taste out your mouth, and then I let Craft come back with the healing. Because Lord Jeffrey,
we sure gonna need
it. Yeah, Jeffrey, just whoa. Go with it, Jeffrey. What you got, baby?
All right. I'll tell you this, Brother Jay and Sister Kenya. For me, talking about your ex in a way that's filled with disdain or pain or anger or anything like that is an absolute deal breaker. Because that's telling me that you are not done with that relationship. It's telling me that you're still harboring some type of ill will. I can fix something that I caused. I can address an issue that's mine, but I cannot fix your issues with another man. You're going to have to do that yourself.
Okay.
All right, Brother Jeffrey. I mean, that was short, sweet, and to the point.
He broke my heart.
Yeah,
I thought he would.
you make a brother real. You make a sister real clear on what not to say to your behind.
Yeah.
I guess there ain't nobody hollering at you. Okay, how about all right, Crab? You don't got too much to clean up today.
Okay.
Ain't too far for me to go on that one, but I completely agree with both of you. There is a time to share old information.
Yes.
And that time has to be fitting to the conversation. It has to be fitting to the dialogue that's going on. If you just start telling me your problems or telling me your old problems, now I'm going to sit there and listen to you all the way through. And I'm going to sit there and hear your pain, and I'm going to understand. But even though I'm listening and I'm hearing and I have empathy, you're kind of pushing me away. You're making me feel like, okay, this person is not ready for a relationship, this person. And so now, just because you told me about your past or your problems, I don't want to judge you, but I have to take the information to heart. I can't let the information just pass me by. So when it's too much information, when you start talking about things that are not fitting to the conversation. I may ask you if you've been in love before. I may ask you if you've been hurt before. Or we may just be talking about the things that happen in relationships. And you'll tell me, hey, this happened to me or that happened to me. But if you're harboring on those things, then just like Jeffrey said, I can see that you still have an issue with your past. And sometimes I can see that you caused some of the issues in your past. See, talking too much or giving too much information is kind of a double-edged sword in that I'm okay with you telling me whatever you want to tell me because I'm going to determine who you are by what you tell me. But I am not going to share any information unless it's absolutely fitting to the conversation. So, and a lot of times, man, this is a big one, Jay. A lot of times women will start insinuating or talking about their sexuality and their sexual preferences. And sometimes I'll start saying like, I guess I got a freak here on my hands, or I got somebody who she's telling me she wants it right now. And there's only been a few cases when she wasn't telling me that she wanted. She just happened to be expressing. But most of the time, she's telling me who she is, and how I get to the cookies, if that's what I'm interested in getting to. So I'm a listener, but I would advise people who are entering into new relationships, keep it simple, keep it fun, talk about your likes, talk about your wants, your desires, your needs, in terms of a positive way. And then when it's time to share some bad news or some challenging past, etc., there's the right time for that.
Ah.
Yes.
Now, I totally agree to that all day. Please believe. But one of the things I'm going to say to y'all real quick, you got to go to break real quick. We got to go to break, and we're going to be right back. So again, I can't say no more than y'all off the chain, you know. I wasn't expecting y'all to say all these things, but listen to these commercials, though. I'm just going to say, I brought them back from the past. That's all I got to tell you. That's
all
it.
right.
That's all I got to say.
Jay.
What?
What's happening, baby? I said Brazilian hair's the place to be if you're looking for top of the line quality for a price that's guaranteed to fit your budget. My homeboy here got the hook up, I say. One thing about I said Brazilian hair is we always got hair on hand. So you ain't never got to worry about not being able to purchase some. One thing about these hair, there is absolutely no shedding. People, look here, we selling hair so good and cheap, they want to put it on the menu at McDonald's and Burger King. Y'all gonna be like, yo, let me get a Big Mac combo and all of that Malaysian deep wave, I say. We got $75 a bundle for 18 to 28 inches, and anything under 18 inches is cheaper. We got all kind of hair, man. I sell Brazilian hair, even over financing, baby. Now where they do that at? Right here at 4910 Buena Vista Road, Suite B, or call us at 706-593-4323. If you don't feel like dialing out those numbers, man, star one hair. I sell Brazilian hair. We love making our people look good. Pew. What's happening, baby? Ladies, ain't you tired of hearing dudes make excuses why they can't last long in bed? The days of the little blue pill is over. That's right. Gorilla Triple X is the new sensation that got everybody going crazy. This little gold pill is responsible for saving thousands of relationships. Ladies, don't go buy your man what he wants for his birthday. Buy him what he needs. A bottle of Gorilla Triple X. Look here, they stronger than Viagra. They last longer than Cialis. By the time your man finish with you, your legs gonna be shaking like a hoopty with bad gas in it, I say. He gonna make you go from walking knock-knee to walking bow-legged. You feel me? Fellas, don't let your ego keep making you feel like a little chimp. Take one of these Gorilla Triple X and become a gorilla you know you is, man. We even got deals on them. 2 for 10, 4 for 15, 6 for 21, and 12 of them for only $35, man. Call your boy head right now. 706-593-4323. Gorilla Triple X. Stop making excuses and start making us say, baby, you about to kill me up in this thing.
Now, see, y'all might want to laugh at that, but y'all need to cut it out. I don't know why y'all laughing.
Wait a minute.
Y'all know good well there's some brothers out there to be needing. This is just options, fellas. You know, I ain't saying everybody gotta have it. Okay.
If you would like to advertise with Bar Talk with Jay, please send your information to bartalkwithjay@gmail.com so we get the go pill off the air.
Hey,
yeah.
all I gotta tell you is, hey, that Brazilian hair was kind of funny too while you was playing.
That was cute. I like
you get that at McDonald's.
But I wasn't ready for the blue pill.
You wasn't ready for the blue pill?
The gold pill.
The gold, that's right. You drop that blue pill off. Because that's what, see, you have to worry about that if you tell too much.
Okay.
See, you know what I'm saying? If you go running your mouth too much, you have to worry about all this because you ain't going to get that far.
OMG.
But if you don't want your...
Hey, Jay.
Huh?
Jay, we were just talking about sharing too much information. Somehow or another, the Lord messed me up, man. When I drank a strawberry banana smoothie, I get the gorilla effect.
Oh, Lord.
And then the bully comes out, right?
Hey, I don't need no pills, just some strawberry banana smoothie.
All right.
I'm Kraft. You're telling too
much information.
We're going to play that commercial for you again. For you not to say nothing. Okay, I'm gonna get that. There you go. We got gunshots in the building. Gunshots in the building. Okay, well, this is the time where we get to go into Jeffrey's segment. Yes. So the women, yes, get mad. Jeffrey is on the mic. Jeffrey, give him your famous quote.
Brother Jay. It is time, ladies, it's time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I'm going to give you some answers from a man's point of view. Here goes the disclaimer. Now, ladies, I want you to know that I love you. I love you, and I wouldn't say these things to you if I didn't love you. But if this shoe don't fit you, don't you put that shoe on. But if what I'm describing tonight does fit you, I want you to wear this shoe, and I want you to walk on and get yourself some help, because it might stop you from being single.
All right.
Reason number one, ladies, why you might be single. You speak negativity into your relationship and to yourself. You say things like this: I'm a lot to handle. It's going to take a strong man to handle me. Those things, ladies, are not complimentary to you. Those are negative words that you're speaking into yourself. Now, I tell you this, there's a difference between someone that says they are strong and then that person that shows you that they're strong. A strong woman doesn't have to say it. She can just walk in the room and she reeks of strength. A talker can talk about it all day. So when you talk too much, what you're doing is telling on yourself by overcompensating with your words. Let your actions be positive and let your words be positive. Don't speak negativity into yourself. Reason number two, ladies, I want y'all to remember now, I love y'all. I'm not saying that to you because I don't love you. You don't know how to pick your battle. And that has kept you on the hamster wheel. You keep dating the same type of guy over and over and over. Same guy, different name. He might be a little shorter or a little taller, but he got the same attributes, and you keep having the same problems because you have not learned how to pick your internal battle. You haven't released that negative energy that's pulling that same type of guy to you. And as long as you fail to address that negative energy that is keeping you fighting the same battle over and over with different men, you might stay single. You might stay single because you're not working on you.
Okay.
All right, Jeffrey.
Now this last one, now, I need y'all to feel me, ladies. This is sensitive and it's near and dear to my heart. I have a daughter. And I make sure that every impression that my daughter has of a man, she's gotten a positive template, a positive baseline from me. Now, ladies, if you don't have a good relationship with your father, or you have a non-existent relationship with your father, or some type of male role model, that might be why you're single. You're trying to fill a hole that no man can fill. No man can fill the hole left by the void of a father. So what you have to do, one of two things. You have to make peace with the fact that your father may not be perfect and love him for where he is. Or you have to make peace that you did not have that relationship growing up. You didn't go to the father-daughter dance. Your first dance wasn't with your father. Your father didn't walk you down the aisle. You have to make peace with that. Life is not fair. Life is not just. Life happens. Once you make peace with the hand that life has dealt you, and you play that hand well, then you will begin to attract a man that compliments you and builds you up. But no man can fill that hole that's left by a void of no father or a bad relationship with father. Make peace with it, ladies, and fill that hole yourself. And then the right type of man will come to you. I don't give you these things because I'm mad at you. I don't give you these things because I hate my black sisters. You can't be pro-black and not be pro-black woman. I just need you to understand, ladies, that some of these might be the reasons that you're single. If you work on them, it greatly increases your chances that you'll get the right man.
Well, I shut up and I listened, and he said everything that needed to be said for that one.
He did.
I think once you fit.
I'm gonna tell you all day long, Jeffrey. I mean, you did what I thought you was gonna do. You still take some saliva out folks' mouth. I'm just telling you. But one thing you did it gracefully. And when I say that is, we are about uplifting. This show is not about crabs in a bucket. We ain't pulling nobody down. But guess what? The opposite effect is what I look at it. We ain't pessimists. We look at every opportunity to bring a person out of the box. So what Jeffrey just did was gave you reality, but reaching back to make change. So I appreciate you, Jeffrey. That's why I always invite you, because again, what you do is dynamically bring people to reality. And now we're going to take you from reality to our future dreams.
Yes. So I know, like with myself, what Jeffrey has said, we continue to go to the same kind of men, and that's why now I'm like not dating, because I need to know me.
Yes,
and
you do.
Learn me. Be quiet, Jay.
But
learn
just saying,
me.
just helping the world out on that one.
And you know,
I
like
mean, you had people like flopping like with no fish in them.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you know, just really.
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm done.
Just
Go
saying.
Crab.
Just Crab, what you got? What you got? Hold on. Oh,
I mean, just read it on the head, man. Every time Jeffrey speaks, it feels like he's reading my subconscious mind, you know, because I have had many women to say those things. You know, it's going to take a real man to satisfy me. Or, you know, you got to have your act together to be my man, et cetera, et cetera. And every time I hear those words, you know, I often think like, there's probably not a man who's going to satisfy those expectations. And secondly, is you're showing me insecurity. You know? So I hear those all the time. And the other side of the equation, when you talk about women who have had challenged relationships with their father, and even those challenged relationships with men, I always think about, you know, where do women get the strength? And maybe this is a rhetorical question, a question at hand. Where do women get the strength to overcome those issues with men? You know, I've run in, we all have met women who have had, you know, either haven't had a man in their life, maybe don't know how to treat a man, maybe don't understand men, and, you know, we think that they're good people, but we know that having a relationship with them would probably be next to impossible, because they're not going to give me an opportunity to be a man, and if I show manhood, they're not going to even recognize it as manly acts and manly deeds. They're going to see it as something else. So it's almost like, you know, if I was trying to instill into women something that would give them greater faith and greater strength and better understanding than men, you know, what would I give them? And I'm not sure how to answer that question.
I know for a fact that I couldn't either. Because again, that's one thing that I feel like this show is about. We don't always have the answers, but I would tell you that's what makes people want to step more up to the forefront. One of the reasons why I try to be in my daughter's lives and my kids' lives is because that void, you just don't know how to affect people when you're selfish. I've done selfish things in my life, and I have to live with that. But to not be there for your kids is something that you have to live with the rest of your life. Now, I don't know how everybody's set up. And I would tell you, after this scare with my own mother, it makes you realize how special and near dear they are to your heart, and how special that relationship can be when you possibly can lose one. Now, I don't want no one to have to lose anyone to make that reality. But again, we are cursed with death. So why don't we learn to not be scared to die and learn how to live? Because a lot of times we have a fear of the death. We have a fear of living your destiny, and you doubt. And it keeps you from living and fulfilling your mission. I'm just challenging you. And I was challenged today when I had to face this. But I was facing a lot of my demons early on. Because again, running from them is just a run. But you're not running anywhere. So guess what? Let's sit down. Let's write it out. Let's find out where you need to be, and let's make a plan, and let's make some serious action and get there. Because again, only thing I hear about when somebody wasn't there is, again, pain and blame. Okay, them two things are typical, and we need to get past them. Because you can't keep blaming a person for not being there for you when he gave you life. That's through God. Okay? So if you start living life for what it is, he did what his mission was to do. And that's to get you here. Now that you're here, be the person that you are to be and make yourself prevalent, where everyone will see how magnificent you are. But you cannot be that person unless you grow. And grow from not bitterness, because that's bitter. Oh, he was not there for me. He did. See, those are blaming traits. And I understand those are learned. Let's get past that. Okay? Because once you get past all that, you'll find out there's a lot more out there. There's people that really care. And I like to say I'm one of them. I care more than I care to admit. Again, and it ain't because of just what happened today. I always care. That's why I started this. I even got my ex-wife sitting across from me. Yes, I have Lori Hardenbrook in the building. You know, and I say that, and I say it with great honor because, again, she's definitely supportive of my radio show and what I do. And the reason why I definitely invite her is because to give credit to what I say. Again, a person that I was married to for 16 years and divorced, and we went through things. The reason I'm able to talk to you guys and give you guys my opinion is because I grew. And I really want to let you know about that growth, and what better way to make you realize it's true by my ex-wife sitting next to me. So she ain't got a problem calling me out. I'm going to tell you that right now. She do it after the show, during the show. She's not a person that you can control what she say. And I couldn't control her when I was married to her. I'm going to tell you right now, control wasn't part of our relationship. It wasn't. We had some serious issues. That's why we divorced, okay? Because I'm just saying, we had problems. But one thing I have to say, she was a person who was there for me. And even though we grew apart, we had friendship. And we started with friends first. We grew together. Even though we grew apart, one thing we had was a solid base of a friend. So once I got past my hurt, my pains, I still remember she was my friend. And I don't know if any of y'all can get past that. I will hope you can, because if you started the relationship off right and you started off with friends and it didn't work out right, I don't understand why it can't go back to. And I ask, this is because, again, people tell too much, and these are the problems of today, and we cause ourselves to judge, and we limit who we're with. Now, before I let y'all jump back in, I'm going to jump to another break real quick, because I'm going to go back, because I don't think Craftmatic understand how important that gorilla pill is, so I'm going back with that one first. Okay. Crab gonna have to understand. He gonna recognize today.
What's happening, baby? Ladies, ain't too tired of hearing dudes make excuses why they can't last long in bed. The days of the little blue pill is over. That's right. Gorilla Triple X is the new sensation that got everybody going crazy. This still gold pill is responsible for saving thousands of relationships. Ladies, don't go buy your man what he wants for his birthday. Buy him what he needs. A bottle of Gorilla Triple X. Look here, they stronger than Viagra. They last longer than Cialis. By the time your man finishes with you, your legs gonna be shaking like a hoopty with bad gas in it, I say. He gonna make you go from walking knock-kneed to walking bow-legged. You feel it? Fellas, don't let your man take one of these Gorilla Triple X. Gorilla, you know you is, man. We even got deals on them. 2 for 10, 4 for 15, 6 for 21.
You know, I can't encourage.
Only $35, man. Call them right here, right now. 706-593.
I don't want to encourage.
323. Gorilla Triple X. Stop making excuses and start making us say, baby, you about to kill me up in this thing. I don't need that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm not gonna go further because my ex-wife is like, "What is this gorilla pill?" And something just dawned on me. You really think I'm about to tell my ex-wife about the gorilla pill so you can go home and get it to your man? You think this gonna happen up in my show? Here, hold on. Let me lower this down. Yeah, we can hear you.
You really love it, Jay.
Yeah, we hope you don't need it, but.
And he don't either.
Oh, okay, we don't need to know that either.
Okay, well,
Well, you didn't know. You don't need to put nothing out there. This is live, girl. We don't need to hear about you.
We don't need that.
We don't need to hear that.
No type of pill.
Lord knows.
Some men do that.
There's another pill you need.
Oh, Lord.
It hasn't been perfected.
Yeah, it's getting there.
No, that's all right.
It's called a rubber mallet. It's on the side of my bed. I swear to the Lord, I ain't. Like, all that talking. Pow! I'm just saying.
All right. That's
This
Jay.
ain't. No, it just killed me though because she was like, "What's this gorilla pill?" And I'm like I'm really gonna tell you. Now, if this was a show for somebody else, I'd say that the gorilla pills when your man come in there kind of weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Woo, shots fired. I mean, things don't pop off. You know what I'm saying? You know, we trying to make him into the, you know, the beast that he can be.
The bully.
Yeah. I ain't saying, but what he
gonna turn into the bully with him.
Oh,
I
Lord.
don't want all that.
I'm just saying.
But can I say something about what
Yes.
Jeffrey said?
Yes, you can.
It goes back to what you said about too much information. And when we say as women, you not man enough, or you gotta be this, you gotta be that. That's really us just saying that the last dude that I was with was not strong enough. So we saying that you have to be strong. You know, just in our own way. Just giving you a hint again, telling you too much of what we dealt with and what we want. That's basically what that is.
Don't get me wrong. I know you want him to do, but why would you give him a roadmap? Just me.
It's not a roadmap.
No. If you tell me that the last one hurt your feelings because he hit you, or he was abusive to you, or he always cussed you out. Now, see, you should see if that's in me. But if you tell me that's what he did, you gave me a roadmap of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is to grow and to get us in a better relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to grow without that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, one thing I can tell you, to me, is things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one thing I'll tell anybody is all information ain't good information. So when I hear that, I already know what not to do, okay, to help win you over. Because at this point, I'm pursuing you. I feel that I should pursue you and win you over off of how I am.
Mm-hmm.
If I know everything about you, I know how to act. I should act off from within me. So a lot of times, like now, it doesn't matter. If you tell me, I'm going to act like me regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me that's how you acted, I'm just going to ignore it because I have to be me. I can't let that determine how I'm going to be because I'm going to be me regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But if a person is dating you and they want to be with you, they might want to take that and be like, you know something, you don't like this, you don't like that. And these are the things I'm not going to do. Guess what? Once I get with you long enough and we become in a serious relationship, what normally happens, I go back to being me. Now all of a sudden it's a change. And that change is not a real change. I was a chameleon on the upfront because you gave me that small roadmap. My whole thing is I ain't trying to tell the game. I'm just being real with people. Because a lot of times you need to see a person's behavior without giving them a roadmap and see how they are without the pains of what you've been through. Because that was for you.
They might just say, oh,
Right.
well, I know she don't like that, so I'm not going to do it. But then
Exactly.
9 months down the road, it
You
come
gonna do
out.
it?
And
He
you know,
gonna do it anyway.
who is this? You didn't show me this in the beginning. And it's like, because I wanted you here, basically. You know, I knew what not to do. And until I got you comfortable, you know, now I can really be me. And now you in love. So
See?
that's a trap. That's a setup.
That is. But my whole thing is, I don't want no one to set no one up. But my whole thing is not to give real good information either. It's not to keep good information. Like if you're going through something or you have something, these things are to be communicated. But my whole thing is when you had a bad relationship and you gotten over it and past it, a lot of times you got to let that go. And that past is that past. Because if you relate your next relationship to the person you was just with, that's a negative roadmap. I don't need negativity entering positivity. Because I'm not entering a relationship with you starting off on negativity. I'm starting off with you. I don't know that. But that's the first thing you bring is the negative person you was with. And I'm like, hold on, why would you do that when I have not showed that to you? But I just want to make sure it don't happen.
Because we jumping in relationships and we have yet to heal. We have yet to really.
Then don't jump into a relationship. That's what I'm saying to you. If you catch yourself saying that, then draw back. But my whole thing is to judge a person by seeing them and saying, you know something, you're a good looking man, but if you act like my last one, you ain't gonna last long. See, you bring in negativity into a situation that it didn't cause for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I did something to make you feel that way, then I'm not saying don't act on it. If I show you aggression or I'm physical, where you've been physically abused, then don't get me wrong. You learned your lesson. I am not asking you to be a fool and let yourself go through it again. No.
Mm-hmm.
The lesson was to learn and change.
Mm-hmm.
So if I show you that, oh yeah, you tell me all day long, because at that point you break it off.
Mm-hmm.
It is no more dating. There is no more talking. But when you are giving a person a chance to communicate, why are you communicating all your non-wants?
Because at that point, it's like, I don't want to be lonely. I really like this guy, but I want to just let him know what I've been going through, and just hopefully that he listens to me and that he understands my pain. He won't treat me like that.
How about just
That's the way that it goes sometimes.
I say never tell a person how you want to be treated. Why not see how he treats you?
Because we are already at this
Pre-programmed?
point where we got our guards up, so it's like you at Burger King. I want this and I want this
Okay.
and I want this.
Go ahead,
and
my way.
You can't bring this and that, then I can do good by myself. So
Then you probably need to be by yourself
And
before
by
you before you enter all that. I tell you what, let's get an outside opinion. We got Lori Harderbrook in the building. Lori, how do you feel about too much information and what we were just talking about? Is that something that you feel is relevant to relationships today, or you feel like this? No, just tell them what you want, tell them how you feel, and he should do what you say.
I
Just
don't
ask
feel like
me.
you need to tell them what you want. I just feel like you need to meet a person and learn that person from who they are. And I'm going to back up even a little bit further because you said things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, yeah, things do happen for a reason, but sometimes God puts us in certain situations
Mm-hmm.
to see how we're going to react.
True.
And you're never going to get past one thing until you graduate from the last thing. So you won't move on to better yourself or to do something different until you pass that first test that he has you going through. So yeah, things happen for a reason, but sometimes we alter things because we haven't yet gotten past what we've been through. So why would God bless you with the man that you're supposed to be with?
and I ain't even got
And
with
you
the
ain't
last
even, you ain't even got past the last
I
time.
gotta
you
go
was
back?
with- You gotta go back.
Oh.
You gotta back up.
one.
Cause you gotta get past that first test for him to bless you and to move
You
you
young
on
girl,
to
like
something else. So
like
yeah,
you
you
ain't got no.
back
Don't be
up.
dabbing. This ain't no
You have to
cam.
back up. So you just meet a person and you learn a person for who they are, and you allow them to learn you for who you are.
Yes, I agree though. I agree. Oh, I agree.
But-
That's true.
You know, just to comment myself that sometimes when I hear people saying those things, and sometimes it might be, you know, my buddies, you know, sometimes it's women I'm entertaining into my life, that I just have a way of hearing things in an empathetic way. And I just hear their pain. I hear that they've been hurt. What it ultimately is, a lot of times, is a wall of defense. And you can clearly see that they're traumatized by what they just went through, or they're determined not to get themselves put in that situation again. And you know, obviously sometimes people just talk way too much. But when people are sharing those things, I think it's important sometimes to give the relationship a chance. You can't necessarily judge them completely by what they say. You got to hear what's going on behind the message.
And see.
And ultimately what's going on behind the message is they're sharing either their pain, they're sharing their fears. They may be expressing, you know, some idea that says, you know, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, or I'm still holding on to the last relationship. But oftentimes, you know, I just believe that the human spirit always wants to move forward. And so if I meet you and I just happen to tell you about, or if a woman meets you and happens to tell you, you know, well, a man's got to be like this, a woman's got to be like that, or, you know, our relationship has to do this, that, and the other. But I think they're really trying to tell you out front so that you will know that's their gate, that's their guard. They're not willing to put up with X, Y, and Z. So, you know, it can be a pro and it can be a con, but, you know, ultimately you don't want to put some negative information out there that's gonna at least hinder the relationship from developing relationship will never have a chance if you start putting too much of that information out there. You'll start damaging the relationship before it ever begins.
Yes.
No, I totally agree with you on that one. And again, this is just to enhance what we already know. A lot of times when you tell somebody about a person in your life and you know it's a negative, you kind of know it when you said it. You know, when you say to me, man, I remember my ex did that. It dawns on you. Maybe I shouldn't be mentioning her. Okay, that's subconscious. Because the bottom line is, if you keep mentioning, it's going to be a problem because you never got past.
So even when we're mentioning that, are we still speaking?
I won't say
that's not even life over the situation. I feel like
I won't always call it life, but what I will say is sometimes you ain't completely. But I won't say you haven't got somewhat. But sometimes because you say it, and it's not because you're always thinking. Sometimes somebody do something and it brings it to the forefront. So I won't always say you haven't gotten over, but I can always say memories last forever. So you got to understand, when you have a soul tie and you have a relationship and you think that you can just get out of one and enter another one, it takes time. So again, when different things arise and all of a sudden you think of that person, it's not because of nothing else than you had a soul tie. It takes time. So my question to the world is, when you're entering a lot of different relationships, understand the soul tie and the problems that you create, because some of the conversations that you have is the problem.
Yes.
But take your time and understand self and self. When I say self, it's by self. Because when you're with somebody else, it's not by self. He works with you when you by self, and you in that, I like to say, that calm. It's the calm before the storm, because there's going to be something to come up next. But you got to learn from your lesson. Do you take time to reflect what you've been through? I'm not going to lie to you. Most people do not. And I'm going to tell you why. It hurts. There's nothing more painful than to have a person that loves you, turn on you, or leave you. These things are very hurtful. Now, if it happened to you a whole lot, you probably can care less. That's because you're bitter.
You know.
And when you become bitter, people know it, and that's why they leave you so quickly. Because they're not willing to be hurt. Because once you get hurt, you don't tend to want to get hurt again. You don't run to that, okay? Misery might love company, but guess what? I don't love misery. So you start learning how to get away from certain company. So my question is, in conversation, you can learn who you're dealing with. But if you give them a roadmap, they won't act right. They'll act according to. My whole thing is, I ain't telling the game. I'm only giving you advice, as in, why don't you watch him be him?
But you know, I mean, even if he's acting according to what you said, it's not going to take long for the real person to come out. Like
Guess what? Time is not always on your side. And how long do you want somebody to play you for what you told?
But there's signs. I mean, that
I can tell you about signs all day long. But how many times have you wasted years with somebody because of the fact that you help give them a guide in? Once they get in and your heart is there, it takes that much longer to get them out. So guess what? A lot of that time, if y'all go a year or two with a person, you know you shouldn't even been with them. Only thing I can say is, you the fool. Because the bottom line is, you know what's on your path, and you chose to go down another path. How many times are you not going to make your destiny because of bad decisions? He's only going to grace you so many times. So when I hear about the Lord, please understand, he's gracious, but your choices are foolish. We are making foolish decisions, but yet you want to keep praying for understanding, and you ain't understanding the lesson. What? Some things don't make sense. So guess what? I'm going to give it to you harsh. So when you tell me what I'm saying is not true, I'm just going to back you up and let you know. Real player play. I ain't playing. I'm giving you reality while you playing a game that you ain't going to win. Because that game that I'm telling you about, it happens daily. And you're getting played like a fool. I'm saying, be strong. Don't be a fool, because your foundation is what you stand on. Your religion, which you believe, is how you stand. So that, what I just told you, is the world. I live that. Now, foundation is what's breaking me through it. Because I promise you, it's too worldly. And it's too much around us. But I'm bringing reality to what's happening. But foundation was going to break you through. Your foundation, your lessons, your pains, not mine. Mine has brought me through. But guess what? Now it's your turn. And I don't want you to keep repeating. Because again, we are in endless relationships that we know good and well ain't going nowhere. And we wondering when we going to end them. I can't tell you when. Because I ain't entered you. I didn't ask you to be in them. But I will tell you, it has to come a day when you make change. I hope it might be by my show. Because I don't want nobody to live misery. Misery loves company. Put your stuff on Facebook. I hate to say it because we're doing Facebook Live. I'm not blasting it. Put something negative out there and see how many likes you get and see how many people follow it. And to me, that's sad. Because I need to put more positive things out there. Because I don't want people to follow the negative. Because we're not about that. Okay? But that's what I see. And that's why I started this. I want to make change to the game because the game needs something to change. Change is positivity. That's why I grabbed Craftmatic. Craftmatic brings spiritual healing and another way of thinking that I like to say I gravitated to. Because it works for me. What don't work for me is negativity. Negativity didn't work for me from day one. My job was always negativity. People around me was always negative. And I wanted to make a breakthrough. Because in order to get to a higher place, you got to climb, claw, and understand. Somebody going to be always pulling you down. Guess what? That don't mean you stop. That means you got to keep going. And understand that means pressure. And that means when you make it to the top, you still got to pull up. So guess what? That means we got to work. So if you mad about working, only thing I can tell you, you got more to do. It don't stop. It don't. And I get tired all the time. But guess what? I will rest when I die because he gave me breath. So let's take it and let's make a move. I got off my couch and I'm trying to make things move. And I'm moving with people that want to move. And the people that don't, guess what? It's called seasons. They'll be okay. And they're going to catch on. But making change is up to you. And again, this conversation about too much information, I'm not trying to tell you not to talk to the person you with. That's not it. I'm just saying all your pains, all your negativity. Some things don't always have to be explained. Now, if you was out there doing something outlandish and you know it's going to come up, it's been on Facebook and you done did something crazy, then that's a conversation you might want to have. But to tell a person about the last person he treated me like this, and this, thinking that's a good conversation piece, and I know some of y'all women know about y'all girlfriends to do it, help them out. Say, hey, I listened to the Bar Talk with Jay, and Jay said that wouldn't be too much. They're going to say, who is he? Well, guess them, tell them to listen to me. And if they don't know why to listen to me, tell them because I can do a show with my ex-wife sitting across from me. And I ain't scared to say nothing. Because nothing I say is out to hurt her, hurt my family, or hurt you. Because I'm real about me. Can you be? That's what I'm asking. I'm calling to the forefront. Because a lot of people can say whatever they want, but I'm not trying to play. I'm here to win. Craft, I think we need some healing in here, player. This is where you come in.
Some healing, okay. Well, I got a little dialogue for tonight that I'm hoping will create some healing. Folks, we have been talking for the last several weeks on the show about moving to the next level. That's kind of been the theme over the last several shows. And we talked about, really deciding to be successful. There are so many people who will just kind of meander through life. And they'll kind of meander through their experiences. And they'll take on a new project or they'll engage in some new activity. And they won't really decide, make a clear and conscious decision that I'm going to be successful. So we want everybody to entertain the idea of making a clear and cut decision about being successful in your life. In whatever area of life. In fact, we all have an opportunity to grow. And if you think you don't have an opportunity to grow, then you're missing the mark. because we all have an opportunity to go to the next level in our lives. And so I want to talk a little bit about some tools, and I call these mental tools, that you can use in order to help propel yourself to the next level. We've been talking a lot about how thoughts create reality. And one of these shows, I really want to have an extensive dialogue about that, because sometimes people think that your thoughts don't mean anything. I can just think anything I want and nothing ever happens. But you should know, folks, that your thoughts create your reality, and in fact, that there is a one-to-one relationship between your thoughts and your reality. And so here's an example that I always give my clients in the past. That have you ever had an experience where you thought about a friend, a relative, or someone close to you, and the next thing you see them, or you get a message from them, or something happens that you communicate with those people? See, that happens all the time. And so there is a connection between my thinking and my reality. That when I think about someone close to me, the next thing you know, they call me. Well, that is not irony or coincidental or accidental. That is the way our universe works. But whatever you place your mental attention upon grows. And so my goal is to help you develop mental tools so you can begin applying that power. That little bitty example shows the power of the mind. I want to be able to help you take that power and use it throughout your entire life. Now, one of the ways that the world teaches us to use our mind to accomplish our goals is through goal setting. And we talked a little bit about last week about everybody should have a 3x5 card in your pocket, and you should have the top 5 goals that you want to achieve in your life, whether it be over the next year, maybe over your lifetime, maybe next month, but you should have 5 goals in your pocket. And every time you reach into your pocket for some change or for whatever, you'll put your hands on that card, and if you pull it out and read it, it's a reminder of what you want. Ultimately, it's a reminder of who you are and who you're wanting to be in life. And so that is one tool. And goal setting has been a tool that's been around for many years. But tonight, I'd like to introduce you to the idea of visualization. This is a very old idea. It's a very simple idea. It is the most powerful idea that can propel you to the next level of your life. What visualization ultimately is the ability to see yourself being or doing what you desire in your life. That's a big problem for many people. Most people are so focused on the problem. They're so focused on the negativity that they can't get their mind out of the stuff and raise it to a higher level to be able to see themselves achieving what they want to achieve. And all of the greats talk about visualization, the Oprah Winfreys and the Will Smiths and the Puff Daddies and the Denzel, and everyone remembers Dr. King's speech. Dr. King talked about little white boys and little black girls playing together and being a family and being whole and complete. What he did was he set a vision in our minds for what we could achieve in our world. And I need you to start thinking about what you want to be and start visualizing who you want to be in your life. You've got to see it in your mind's eye. If you want a great relationship, I want you to see yourself with someone having a fantastic time, maybe getting married, living a happy life. If you own a business or you want to start a business, I want you to visualize yourself sitting at your desk, being successful in your business, in your field of human endeavor. This is a big one. So for our finances, I would encourage every person to sit down and visualize themselves having $1,000 or $100,000 in their savings account. See that sheet of paper, see that balance when you open up the computer and you check your account balance. I want you to just picture yourself over and over and over having a high balance. Picture yourself with a check in your hand for $10,000, that you're making $10,000 a month or $100,000 a year. See yourself as a millionaire. For those of you who are interested in accomplishing greater health or losing weight, I want you to see yourself, when you step on that scale, I want you to see the ideal weight that you want to achieve. You step on the scale in your mind's eye, and that you see that weight, and it is, you throw your hands up, just filled with the spirit and just filled with success, and you have the victory. But if you do not see it in your mind's eye, it is impossible for it to happen. Only those ideas that flow through your mind can come into your reality. And so it's very important that we begin to use our mind positively. One of the things that and I'm going to make this short here, Jay, just for the sake of time, and maybe we can all have some dialogue about it. But one of the best ways to overcome a problem or to overcome a situation or a circumstance or something that you're battling is to sit quietly on your couch in your living room. Maybe you want to go in the closet, your prayer closet, or whatever, and make a conscious effort. It takes effort. It takes real energy and mental energy to do this, but see the problem solved. You cannot fix a problem until it is first resolved in your mind.
Yes.
And if it's resolved in your mind, then somehow or another the spirit within you will begin moving you in the direction of solving it in your actual and physical life. We have to begin to resolve things mentally. We have to fix things mentally. And one of the biggest hurdles, I won't say hurdles, there's so much pressure and stress and challenge and negativity and all of that stuff going on in life. People have lost their ability to dream. Most people are so stuck in real life that they won't take the time to dream. The dreams that they used to dream. Whatever it is you desire, you can have it. And I promise you that you won't get it by your own physical action. You won't do it by yourself. But if you plant the dreams in your mind, then you'll give your spirit an opportunity to see where you're really going. You got to see it in your mind's eye, you got to feel it, and you got to touch it in your mind before it'll ever come into your experience. I believe the sole quality of success is being able to see yourself achieving, being, and having the success that you desire in your life. It is a very, very powerful tool. If you want to know more about it, I would encourage you to just type visualization into a Google search, and you'll see hundreds of articles and all kinds of books and all kinds of teachings about how to use the power of visualization and how to begin to move your mind from the reality to something that is going to propel you towards your greatest and highest success. That is the way to be your greatest possibility, is to visualize it, and then you'll see it come into your reality.
I agree. That was great, Crown.
Oh yeah, we got sound effects in there. Yeah, we gotta throw that sound effects in there.
I think that was perfect. We have to have a vision for our relationships, not only a vision, but do the work. And just like they say, relationship goals to be at, owning this $1 million house with your husband, or to have this BMW with your husband. The goal is to, at least have a mind for yourself, but also with your partner. You gotta be at least. Okay, let me ask you this. Give me your definition of equally yoked, Craft Matter.
Equally yoked. Equally yoked ultimately is like-minded.
Okay.
Like-minded. Having a mental commonality would be equally yoked to me.
So successful relationships are equally yoked relationships.
Say that again?
Successful relationships are equally yoked relationships.
Absolutely they are.
They can't be. But hang on, let me throw a spin in here. I want to throw a spin, Craft. This is my spin. This is me. Okay. I feel like equally yoked is not really equal as in what they say. Please understand. They took a rib from a man, okay, because he made us incomplete. A woman is to complete. Equally yoked is that person that helps make you complete, to make you a unit. And a lot of times people feel like that's in wealth and no, that's the person that completes you, because you're not strong enough to do it by yourself. He made that. that way for a reason. That way you go to him, and he gives you what you need, and that's that other part to make you equally yoked. Equal as in a whole unit. He only took a rib. Okay, so a lot of people feel like you got to bring a whole lot. That's not always necessary. That's why you got a lot of rich men that don't need it, and you got a lot of poor men that feel like no, because a woman can sway a person to greatness. So again, you need that right one. So the equally yoked is that person that completes what's missing in me. Now, see, what's missing in me is going to be different what's missing in somebody else, because even though it's that one rib, you don't know just that rib or what part I need to complete me, because everybody's different. So that equally yoked is part of that different analogy to you. And that's why sometimes when a lot of people are arguing and a lot of people, and then you see they stay together because they really are compatible. It just don't seem like it. You be like, man, why are you aggravated? Guess what? They seem like it, but they're not. Because when they're not together, they ain't happy. They happy doing what they do. But see, you got to know what you need, and you got to know what's in you when you out there looking for that equally yoked. Because now I'm hearing equally yoked is that person got to have equal to what I have. See, that's not, because you looking at material things. Equally yoked was more spiritual. So when I hear that equally yoked and I hear everybody talking about you got to have this, it's always conformed to dollars. What really makes sense is what makes you strong in mind. What person you talk to that can help complete your sentence and help you enhance your thoughts. Now that's a person that adds value to you. Not a person that equal the same amount of money. Oh, she makes $600,000. I make $600,000. We equally yoked. Guess what? You just grab the equation. That ain't equally yoked. Y'all just make 12,000 or 12 million or whatever you make. Add it up. That's what it counts to. It ain't equally yoked. It's not. It's not spiritual. That's just dollars. Just help me out, please.
There's a polarity.
What's polarity? Give me the polarity.
Polarity. There's two ends of the spectrum to equal yoke. The first end is very easy, and that is that we see things the same. You know, we have the same interests, we have the same wants, we have the same dreams. You know, in some cases we have the same habits or the same way of managing our lives. That's an easy part of equally yoked. But the opposite of that, the polar opposite of that is the most difficult part, where we get to a point where we don't see eye to eye, and we don't have this particular dream or goal in common. And I think to be equally yoked at that end of the spectrum, it takes two people who are willing to say, we can agree to disagree, and I still love you, and we still can have a great relationship. And I give you room to do you, and you give me room to do me, and it doesn't mean that we're unequally yoked because we like certain things in certain ways. You know, I'll give a simple example that in just managing a household, some women want things clean all the time, and the man, for example, I like to dirty it up and then clean it up. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that, you know, we have to agree to disagree, and we have to find some commonality between what you want and what I want. And if we can do that, that will strengthen our yoke. That will strengthen our ability to move through the rest of the things that we don't agree on, or that we don't have in common, but we can find a happy medium. And so being equally yoked at that end of the spectrum means that somebody is willing to change and willing to let the other person be who they are, and willing to give up some of their wants in order for the other person to be happy as well in the relationship.
But that's not what equally yoked truly means.
Hold on. Before we go there, hold on.
Equally
hold on. Before you go in there real quick, Kraft, Donna has made it into the building, and when she said you like to dirty it up, she had this frown look. I'm just saying. I just want to give you visualization.
But that's
But
you're
go
talking
ahead.
about a relationship. That's what you're talking about. The phrase equally yoked means not being unequally yoked with unbelievers, with people that don't believe. That's what equally yoked means. Equally yoked. Equally yoked is when you not being with someone who doesn't believe in what you believe in, as in you don't believe in God. That's being unequally yoked. Okay, now what y'all talking about is relationship. Y'all gotta deal with each other. You gotta see what he likes and what she likes, and y'all come together. If y'all don't like him, if you can't handle what he has and he can't handle what you have, then that's relationship. But when you're talking about equally yoked, that's part of the Bible saying, or actually it's not even really in the Bible. It says, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers.
That is true.
Right.
Okay, so we're saying, when you're saying equally yoked, you're saying, okay, people were thinking in the beginning that it meant if you're at a different level in your belief, if you're at a different level believing, like, in Christianity, you come in as a baby Christian, and then you got a mature Christian. People used to think that if you're a mature Christian, you shouldn't be with a baby Christian. No.
Iron sharpens iron.
Right. Iron sharpens iron. So that's what it means by unequally yoked. What y'all are talking about are relationship. That is a relationship. You find out what he likes, he find out what she likes. And if y'all can't do it,
you don't make it.
Because you ain't gonna dirty up my house.
Oh, did you see she just went back in that craft? I mean, that was real smooth how she did it. But I'm going to go back into what she said. Unequally yoked, I definitely agree with you. Even in dating, though, it is a deal breaker. Because, again, if you're not a believer of my belief, then guess what? It's not something that I'm going to probably continue doing.
Right.
So, again, it is that part that's been taken away. And the part that you have to understand. Because, again, now I will say, one good thing is people have changed religion.
Yes.
People have changed the way they think. So the bottom line is understand and have a open mind to what's out there. Because, again, I can't tell anyone what to believe in and what to go to.
Right.
I will only tell you is spirituality is already in you. You got to do you. When I say spirituality, religion is you. That's the choice. Spirituality is, again, what's been given to you. I mean, this life has been given. So, how you live is going to be up to you. It's a choice. So, let's just choose wisely.
Right.
And let's just understand what we've chosen so far. Because a lot of us not happy with all the decisions we made.
Right.
I'm not going to say all of us have made mistakes, big mistakes. I like to say some of us just not completely happy because we are not complete in our journey. I just want to make sure everybody find that fulfillment. And everybody in happy. Because bottom line, end is going to happen. But how you end is how you live. And if you're scared to live because you're scared to die, well, you're already dead.
You're already dead.
So guess what? Let's start living. Because today is a day of life. So I was blessed with my mother being here longer. Surgery went well. I'm already blessed. So, in the hand applaud, I'll applaud again. But I would say all day, in the standpoint of, I've been blessed with that. I said it when I walked out the hospital. God bless me with more days with my mother. I have to bless others. So when blessings come, other blessings has to be done. And that means I have to do. So again, if anybody hear me, again, this Saturday, and this is amazing, because again, this surgery just happened. Today, Thursday. This Saturday, and I'm talking about from 8 to 10, Metropolitan, I think 1959, Metropolitan Parkway. We'll be at the bowling alley. Bar Talk is in the building. I have... PM. Yeah, PM.
Are you hosting or are you sponsoring?
I'm sponsoring.
Okay.
I have a team that's going into a tournament, and I donated early on because, again, breast cancer, before I even knew it happened to my mother, I knew it was, and this cancer gets lupus. It's been very important because it's been in, because again, my father passed away from cancer.
You know, the one thing that this month is really about with a lot, we have a lot of women that, domestic violence, but we have a lot of women that don't get mammograms. Okay, and that's what the awareness is truly about, is getting women out there to say, okay, take a friend to have a
She
mammogram.
caught it at stage 1.
Right,
So that's
so
good.
she was lucky to catch it because she
Well, you
gets
had the
mammograms done. And I don't know why we feel like that, but that's one of my biggest things that I like to promote is women going out there and getting their physicals, getting checkups. I don't understand why in our neighborhoods we decide, oh, okay, we good.
You get up
No.
every morning and you feel like you're
Right,
good,
you
but
feel
you're
like
not
you're good,
When
right.
you have
And
a
cancer
history,
don't hurt.
a history of cancer, when you have a history of something in your family, then you need to be getting checked for. I've been getting checked for breast cancer in my heart since I was 25 years old.
Yeah,
So
me
you
too.
have to go forward, especially
Yeah.
when you have that history.
Yeah.
You know, my
Yes.
grandmother passed away from cancer.
And
4
that-
of my mother's sisters passed away from cancer.
Yeah.
I have an aunt that's a survivor right now, 15 years.
Cancer.
So
And
I
so
mean,
far,
it's-
so far, you've been blessed.
I
Yeah.
have been
You've been very
blessed.
blessed. So again, cycle has been broken, but we have to put work in it.
Yeah.
So again, we have to go, and that's why I'm big on this, because I wasn't quick to go. I'll be first to say it.
He
That's,
don't go to the doctor, y'all.
I mean,
He
hold on.
don't go.
Hang on, hold on.
He
What I
don't
tell you
go.
about
He
snitching?
don't go.
See,
He don't
this is
go.
why we divorced right
He
now.
don't
All this
He
snitching.
don't go.
See,
He don't go.
I'm gonna tell the world right now. Don't have a woman telling all your business. See,
It don't matter.
it is the truth though. I mean, when they did this prostate thing, I'm gonna tell you, I had one of the biggest brothers that worked with me at Waste Management back in the day, and he went and had his prostate checked. And when he walked in and told me what he went through, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't scared of too many things. But when that big brother came in there and told me how that hurt it and how they violated him, it wasn't a good feeling to me to know that I was next. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you, you know, you gotta let the fear get out of you and understand
Yes.
that if you don't go, it can be what caused your demise.
Yeah.
And
You know that-
I had to let that fear go because, again, I wasn't used to that, and then I thought that was very barbaric and this, that, the other. But somebody said something to me and said, man, do you really care for your kids? And I was like, what you mean do I care for my kids? You know, I thought that was just an undermined statement. What you saying, bro? You know, like I'm going to check them. He said, because you can't care for them too much if you don't care for yourself.
That's right.
And when he said it, I couldn't come back with my answer, because my answer was, well, you want to try, brother. It wasn't about that. Sometimes people bring you to reality when you ain't looking for it.
That's right.
And that reality made me go get checked. Now, I was fine. But don't get me wrong, I have to keep going.
You know,
And I will.
thing that we don't get checked for, that's a big thing that we do not get checked for
What's that?
in our community, again, is colon cancer.
And that's
Okay, prostate cancer, colon cancer, and breast cancer.
is
Are the
top
3
killers.
things, yes, in our,
Top
well,
killers.
you know, other than diabetes, but, yeah, so when you hit that age and they tell you that you need one,
Just go.
just go. I mean,
Just go.
it's-
Just put it on your chart.
yeah, just go.
Top things to live for, top things to do. Write it to me, because I showed my in craft. I ain't mean to be funny. When you said pull out your card, it got all your things on it. I put it on my business card because it's one of the things that's on my vision board. But it's one of the things that I want to see into reality. And I'm gonna write some things on the back of it to make sure it comes true. But one of them is gonna be my health and wellness.
Yeah.
Because if you do not check on it, your dreams will die behind your demise.
Yeah.
Because when you go, that's it. So to me, you have to take care of yourself. That way you can take care of your dreams and others. Because you are a blessing. Everybody that's living today is a blessing when you apply yourselves. You can't just live. That is the demise of what we're doing. Don't just go to work. Don't just be a person. Be all you can be.
Don't just exist.
Because that's all I feel like you're doing.
And
Is existing.
right.
But how about existing with purpose? And then you will add passion. And then you're a person with meaning. Let's make a difference. I'm tired of seeing the demise. I want to see more. And the only way I can see it is to do it myself and to grab other people and hope that they have an understanding. But the best thing is, I found people that already understood. So was recognized, just like the game was recognized. already is understood.
I think where health and wellness starts first is just paying attention to what you eat and what you put in your body. Since I've been at UPS, praise God, I've been there since Monday, but since I've been there, it has been nothing but this health talk. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, what is this? And a couple of weeks ago, I kid you not, I got a fortune cookie and it was saying how my health and all this was going to change and all this kind of stuff. But I sat with these group of women yesterday and they all looked at me because I had a bag of popcorn. But it was like, this is all you have to eat. But everybody had asparagus, eggs, salads, and everything else. And I asked one lady, I said, so how was your food? She was like, it was good. But next time we're going to make sure you get some real food. And it's like, even in the cafeteria, they had like a 50% off of anything that's just 100 calories or less. You know what I'm saying? Like, they promote healthy eating. And then, of course, they have a gym that's downstairs, too. So I've been surrounding myself with this person who's training me. Her name's Jernay. I'm actually going to have her come and speak next week. But all she talks about is the farmer's market and everything being, you know, fresh produced or, you know, things that are all things natural. And a lot of things that we have in our foods, we don't do backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? We just eat. And I feel like right now, no shade to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, but I feel like anything that's worth $5 is not healthy. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I can get all of this for $5, that means you didn't pay enough for that. And it can't be too, you know, it can't be too well for, you know, for me. So we have to, you know, pay attention to our daily intakes. Even, you know, cut back the sugars because diabetes runs in my family. My dad done had a pancreas and kidney transplant, high blood pressure, and like today I had a Stouffer's lunch, and it was like sodium said 850, and the girl was like, "Oh my God, and you're gonna eat it and add more."
See, but you
Really?
know, a lot of people,
The chicken was
a lot of it is moderation. You know, because I truly believe that you can eat anything you want to eat. You just, I mean, that's moderation.
Yeah.
You know, a gluttony is one of the deadly sins. You know, a gluttony. So if you sit there and you just constantly eating and eating and eating, and you just eating anything that you want to eat and not putting good things in, then yeah, you are going to have problems with your weight and stuff like that. But most companies now, they are going to, especially insurance companies, they're going to health and wellness because they figure if they could help you in the front end, they have less to pay on the back end. Okay, so yeah, so what health and I know my company, they give you money. If I go and have a mammogram and a checkup, you know, that physical every year, they give me $500 just for doing that. Yes, just to go. Yes,
to go and provide them with the paperwork.
Yes, provide them with the paperwork. And I get $500. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, I do it every year. You think I don't?
I take advantage of my money.
Okay.
I take advantage of my money.
But that's taking care of yourself too.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about Laura, she will take advantage of money.
Okay.
If I can get 10 cents.
Okay.
Every 10 cents, the girl.
Laura gonna get that money. Do you know how much she drained me for?
That's another conversation. Health and wellness. TMI.
No, too much information.
No, that ain't too much. I'm just telling you. She got this
Stop
girl.
telling all her business.
That ain't her business. But that was my account.
No, it was not.
That was my account.
Equally yoked.
No, we was not equal at that time.
Relationship.
The
Somebody got
relationship.
something I can throw. We on.
Okay.
Why you
Don't start
got
no
it?
shit.
Oh, cut it
It's
out.
always can
By way, yeah, everybody out.
I do gotta go, y'all. I really did have fun.
Have fun.
As always.
I did have fun. Thank you so much.
You go, girl.
This is very interesting.
This is corporate America in the house.
I gotta go to corporate America.
Do you think? My way out the building.
Hey, I'd like to just comment on that health discussion. First of all,
Go ahead.
it is it's a discussion that needs to happen a lot more in America and our world. You know, just helping inspire other people to to eat right and to. Here's the thing that's happening. It's kind of phenomena that people have insurance. You know, people have decent jobs, and they're not taking advantage of it. They're not going to get their annual physicals. They get their blood checked. They're not going for these, oftentimes with a good health plan, these free things.
Free, exactly. That's what I wanted you to get to, Pratt. Free. I mean, your wellness is free.
Prostate cancer, all of the above. yourself. I mean, you have to take advantage of these opportunities to keep yourself well. And
But you know
and
who
there's
that
so
was
many,
made by?
there's so many,
Who was that made
especially
by?
most of you who have insurance and
That's
people
right.
who have good benefits plans. There's a lot of benefits in those plans
That's
that we
right,
don't
that
take
we don't
advantage
take
of.
advantage
And
of.
so you need to pull your plans out, read through it,
Mhm.
and start to ask some questions. Get in touch with your HR, your benefit team, and ask them how to how to take more advantage of the plan that you have, because you're already paying for it. So you might as well get what you deserve out of it.
Hey,
That's right.
I totally
That's
agree
right.
with you. Crap, you hit it on the head. I like that. And to my Facebook fans, I got Sharita listening to me. Lori had to make sure she reminded me that. Sharita, appreciate you. Always supported me. Always, that's my baby sister right there. That one right there is out of town, doing her thing, and nothing but love to her. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you supporting. Lord, they got the hand clap. Let me give you the professional one. There you go, girl. We got you in the
I wanted to
house.
say one thing about that.
Always.
Health and wellness.
Talk to me.
Okay, that health and wellness. Obama set that in play. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Because before we had to pay for our mammograms, we had to pay for our pap smears, we had to pay for all that. Now, all that's free with a health plan.
Right.
Now, I will tell you all day long. Again, it needs to be some more reform done. I appreciate what President Obama has done. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
The only reason I say this is the healthcare industry, and I think all y'all can agree, the healthcare industry has become a beast, and prices has became ridiculous. Not to have insurance is almost your demise. To go now and to see the bill that you would get,
That's right.
if that don't scare you, I don't know what will. So again, to have a job is one thing, and my whole thing is healthcare should be, to me, somewhat more freely given, because we should care for each other.
Yeah.
And I really feel like a lot of people are skating. It's just like the gas and the oil and everything else in this world. We got a lot of greed. I can't stop that, but what I can do is let's get us to a better understanding of what else we do.
Right.
I can't control certain things. Don't get me wrong. But I learned a long time ago in business, do not talk about what you can't control. Talk about what you can. And that's why I talk about more of my relationships and my journey, because again, that was something I could control and something that I can also get right. What other people do is going to be on them. But reflection is up to us. And that's what I want us to do. Have a conversation for reflection, because our kids are listening. And I want to give them a show that they can listen back to and be like, okay, so mom and dad wasn't perfect, but guess what? They trying. Because that's life. And that's what I want them to grab out of life. Because again, we've been born into sin. We don't got to stay in it. We don't got to keep doing it. And we don't have to not care for each other. Because again, the biggest scare is losing someone. Okay? But once you get past that scare, what are you willing to do? What point will you start living your life, live your dream, and quit living to die without living? I can't answer. I can only speak for myself. What I can tell you is, I got a crew, and part of my crew just left. Jeffrey already out the building. Kenya just left the building. Craftmatic still with me. And Craft.
No doubt.
Help them realize some of the steps that it's going to take to get us to where we need to be. And I'm already going to tell y'all, for the first one, off the top of that man's head is going to be prayer. I know him. I know this man. What you got? What you got for me?
I mean, that's it, Jay. I mean, what else is there to say? We can't fix our own world. We have been given a all-powerful God who can fix anything at any time. And we have to live by faith, and we have to live by the Spirit. I want to go back to the health piece, and get some help here, because I'm sure the ladies in the audience can help us with this. But sometimes we got to think. They say common sense isn't so common anymore. And
That's right.
we got to help bring back common sense, particularly when it comes to health. I always think of simple things like you got to take your vitamins. Take a vitamin every day. Typically, your diet is not going to give you the amount of vitamins and nutrients that your body needs in order to stay healthy. And ultimately, if you spend many years without a certain vitamin, that it's going to create a deficiency somewhere. And that's oftentimes where a lot of things like cancer and disease can come into play, is that we spent years with not enough vitamin D or not enough vitamin C, and of course that it creates deficiency. I always recommend people drinking plenty of water.
Yes,
I mean, that's a common sense approach.
Yeah,
Get away from
lots
all
of
this
water.
sweet drinks. Yeah, water, sugar, get away from all this sugar, get away from all these coffees, this caffeine. Start drinking more water.
Hey,
and at first you don't have to force yourself to do it,
Right.
but plan to drink 3 or 4 bottles of water a day. You really should drink 8. You should drink 8 bottles of water a day.
But you know, Crab.
Daily allowance is. Please not go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, the most important thing that people should do when it comes down to drinking water is first thing when you wake up in the morning, guzzle down some water. Guzzle it down. You may not want to do it, but I tell you, it's all through the day. You're gonna feel so much better if you just guzzle a bottle of water down, and first thing in the morning when you wake up.
First thing in the morning, I have a bottle of water with lemon every morning.
But water is a big thing, yeah. So that was a good one. I like that, Matic.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. I don't like how she just said that, Craftmatic, Cliff. I'm gonna check her right now. How about that, Craft?
Craftmatic?
No, don't worry about how you say it.
Hey, listen, I never thought water would win me the favor of a nice young lady. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, the way how she said Craftmatic was my
I
problem.
so appreciate that. But,
She would have put some respect on your name.
Craftmatic? Craft?
No, it's Craftmatic.
Craftmatic.
It's Craftmatic. It's like a power tool. When he gets onto you, he screws you in. Craftmatic. I'm gonna tell you. That one right there. That's the mental healing.
Folks, we got to do more exercise. We got to get off of our couches. I don't care if you just walk around the block once a day, but spend some time getting your heart rate up. Find some exercises that are, that fit your schedule. Find some exercises that fit your style. I'm hearing more and more women doing the Zumba and, some of these unique aerobics. I love to run. I love to do movement sprints, and I love to get up in the morning and walk and just catch some fresh air early in the morning. And one of the other things a partner of mine many years ago, he said, one of the common sense things you can do to improve your health is eat breakfast. And it doesn't have to be a big breakfast, but what happens is when you wake up, and you don't put nutrients in your body, then your body is creating weak cells. And so you spend 3, 4, 5 hours in the day, the body is burning old energy and doesn't have anything to burn. Over time, it'll cause deficiency. But you eat a good breakfast, you give your body an opportunity to have energy from the very beginning of the day, and that energy will take you right on into your next meal. But if you're burning old energy and you're not really, feeding yourself something healthy in the morning, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I agree with you. Hold on one second, real quick, Craftmatic. I got Donna and Rock behind the camera. I want to do a special shout out to some different people. Y'all just shout out what's going on Facebook Live. I got Facebook Live going on. It's part of the show. So we want to make sure we do some shout outs. We'll see you over there, Donna and Rock. What y'all got?
Aubrey is watching.
Well, thank you.
Gayla.
Oh, if y'all name get Miss Poochie. Oh, Lord, I know who Poochie is, Lord. That's fam.
How about Michael? Hargerbrook.
Hey. Definitely. That's Florida. It's Florida in the house. They holding it down.
Mario Bates,
yes. That's right here in the ATL. I know Mario.
Yeah, Chris is watching.
Chris is watching.
Chris
is watching. It's Chris.
Ellen.
Okay, Ellen.
My boy.
That's back to the hometown.
Robbie Rob.
Yo, that's New York in the building. Yo, New York. Yeah, I bet you expect to see this.
We said Sharita.
Sharita's
watching. Sharisa? Who is that?
Oh,
Teresa Bradford.
All right. Well, down there, that's down in Columbus. Columbus is listening to us. Appreciate y'all.
Cody Cole. Cody Cole.
That's
Yeah,
right here, hometown. That's CJ's son. Thanks, Cody Cole, for listening. Nephew in the building. Holding it down. So, anybody we might miss?
Kenya Sheets.
Well, we
Tomorrow More.
Tomorrow More. Appreciate you for listening. That's right here in ATL. Again, we're going to do these shout-outs more often, and I do apologize for not doing them early on because, again, everybody that watches me on Facebook Live is a part of my show. I do it because this is a real show where we don't have to rehearse. We giving this from the heart. We doing this because of the fact that it's necessary and God-given. He blessed me with more time with my mother. He blessed me with a good life, so much as being expected. And then he gave me a mental health guy named Craftmatic that I blow him up daily. Craftmatic. Well, hold on. Don't be worried about how you say Craftmatic. He'll teach you how to do that. I'm just saying. The one unique thing about Craft is how he looks at life. He looks at things a lot differently. Heavenly sent. Definitely a blessing. But he's on top of a blessing of everybody that's in this room because Donna's heavenly sent. And I know Donna's like, well, how would you say that about me? Because you're a strong-willed woman. And again, I ain't gonna go that far. All right, next. Well, I ain't gonna get on Facebook start lying. Now I said
she's a great friend.
She's a great friend to
She's
you.
an honest friend.
Now I will tell you, she is very honest because she cut all y'all off. She cut y'all off in a heartbeat. Donna get on her little mood. She be like, you know something? I ain't talking to nobody. And I be like,
she's a great person.
I be like, what happened?
Thank you. You're not talking Jerry.
No, see, she's just spooning you right now. That's spooning. I ain't gonna spoon you, but I will say,
she's being honest.
I will say, without her honesty, I will say you're a good person because I don't have to ham you up. I don't got to spoon feed you. I can just tell you as a distant person. I've seen a lot of people that nowhere near you.
Thank you, Jerry.
And I appreciate you for just being you. I don't have to say no more. Because again, you are living your life. I'm not telling you what you need to do. And I don't feel like I ever should. And that's why I appreciate you. Because when I went through my divorce, you ain't never really sided. You was just like, I ain't it. I guess. And you kept, but you was always just neutral. And guess what? That's what's needed sometimes. And
you know, man, Jay, you were hitting the nail.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Craft? Because a lot of people feel like they got a side. There is no sides to a bad divorce, or not even a bad. It's just divorce period. When people feel like they got a side. There's no. And what Donna did, she didn't side. She didn't say I wouldn't talk to you no more. And Lori's my girl. I ain't gonna say nothing. She was just like neutral. She's like, oh yeah, sorry to hear that. And she was kind of cold as hell. You like, wait a minute, hold on, man. But Donna never sided. She never wavered. She was like, Lori is my girl. You cool. And she kept it like that. And what people don't understand is that's life. So don't judge her. Because I won't say you wasn't a good person when you did that. You was you. But you realized that I did things. And you knew what Lori said. And I had my own side. But guess what? When I probably would have told you then, probably wouldn't have been told the truth. Because I would have been telling you how I felt. More so than what happened. Because that's the life. That's just life. But guess what? It still showed. It showed through. Bottom line, you knew I was a good dude. Lori's a good person. We grew apart. And we became kind of foolish. And it became our demise.
But Jerry, you know something? When people call themselves your friend, you know, and you have a friend, you don't need to be out there telling your friend what to do, how to do it, whoever they're seeing, who they ain't seeing. If you're that person's friend, you're that person's friend. And if they bring somebody into the fold, that's what a lot of people have a problem with. They have to tell you or be judgmental. You don't need to be seeing him. I mean, who are you to tell me who I need to be seeing or what I need to be doing or how I need to be fixing something. Right. Everybody is grown, but I do see a lot of people will tell you what you need to be doing and who you need to be seeing and won't speak to you if you're seeing somebody they don't like.
Now, see, that's the sad thing, but I will tell you, all day it happens. And again, because it happens so much, you expect other people to do it. Now, see, that's the wrongness in it. It's because other people, yeah, I seen her, and she was doing this and shit. That's that gossip. And when you hear that, and then you're a person like you that ain't saying anything, like, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
A true friend sits back and let you do you and let you watch.
Hold on, y'all stop telling the secret about a true friend.
A
because
true friend will sit back.
Lori,
it is.
you're hurting people's feelings.
No, a true friend does not get in your relationship.
That's right.
Not at all.
Lord,
not
Lord,
at all.
Lord,
Like, period.
Lord,
And I'm going to say that because, hold on, don't cut me off.
Yeah, you getting a little riled up.
I know that you got people that are really, truly your friends and your family, and they don't get in you got those people that, because they want to see you do bad, or they want to see you separate, or go through whatever, but you got true people in your life that love you, and they can see your husband, your dude, whoever, doing whatever, and they're not going to say a word, because they know that you love that person, and they don't want to bring no hurt to you and your family.
Now, I will tell you, Lori, you are dead on point. But I was saying kind of now he's telling the game because there's a lot of people out there that got fake friends. And I don't know.
But then they need to get rid of them.
That's fine. I don't know if they really want to wake up right now. Because a lot of people understand what they have and they just want to settle. Okay? And I'm just going to say you're giving them a harsh reality because what you're saying is true. I'm not saying what you're saying is not. I would agree totally. Because again, a true friend is a friend that's going to be there and not demise you. Put you down, talk on you against your back because they're going to be friends with somebody else. That's not a true friend.
That's not a true friend.
But I will tell you, a true friend is a friend that will understand what you go through and not have to tell what you go because it's your journey. Just listen. Because why is there to tell? See, if you're just listening, I'm not telling.
Right.
I'm listening. See, people don't understand the difference. When you listen and I hear what you say, I don't have to repeat what you say. It's for you. I'm a sounding board to listen and help you go through. That's it. That's a true friend. So when I leave you, I don't have to go say, girl, she just said that.
Okay.
See, that ain't a friend. A friend just walked out and said, wow, I hope she be okay. Or I
friend, a true friend is going to go somewhere and pray for you.
Hold on.
That's what they going to do.
Or, hold on, back up, y'all. Calm down. Or pray. Or just say, I hope she find her foolish ways. Because everything you go through ain't always worth praying. Sometimes you hope they find their foolish ways. Because I don't want to pray over foolishness. I'm just saying. Because I'm with y'all. Because sometimes what y'all go through is worth praying over. But when you hear somebody say some asinine, crazy stuff, I'm not going to the Lord with that. That's you. I just pray to me that I don't do no foolishness like that. So just keep it real. Because we all got control of what we choose.
You should get some of these people on Facebook.
Well, I want them in. And again.
Question. I mean, what do you think?
Well,
what do they think?
I really want to act, something right now. I'm going to get down behind the camera. If anybody on Facebook Live wants to be a part of our show, me and Kraft is still in the building. We got 10 minutes left. Is there any questions y'all want to pose to Bar Talk with Jay when it comes to telling too much information in relationships or anything that we talked about when it comes to your friends, how to judge them? Because again, we're not trying to be judgmental. And a lot of times, Lori said the truth, that a lot of times you might have to evaluate some of the people that you're with, and it hurts.
That's
so
right.
I can understand you not want to come forth because you know you need to cut some people off. Guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to be a long. That's why you didn't make that song, girl. That ain't yeah, that's gunfire. That's just straight gunfire. So, anybody on Facebook, we got me and Craftmatic still in the building to address some of the questions that might be asked. Because, again, this show is to the public. Again, we got bowling this Sunday from 8 to 10. Please come out. I think it's 1959 Metropolitan in Atlanta. I got it on Facebook. It's going to be on my page. I did this early on. I have it's a bowling tournament. Is again breast cancer against lupus. These are two big things that's going on in the world. I joined up to be a part of a sponsor to this. early on before I even
That's a
found
good
out
cause.
my mom had breast cancer. So even though I joined up and my mom went through her surgery, I am definitely going to be in the building. I am trying to make sure everybody else be up in the building. This is something we need to fight together. Early detection is the key. So I have to get people into a position to make a difference. And that means taking care of your health. Craftmatic said, put a card in your pocket. In that card, it can be your business card, but take that with. That's your job. Take that around, even if you own your own business, and write down 5 things that you want to accomplish. That way, you can ask yourself every day when you pull out your card, what can happen. So what we got, Donna? Good talk.
Well, we got Jennifer just joined in watching.
Jennifer just joined in.
Jennifer just joined
All
in.
right, thank you, Jennifer, for joining in. Nobody, no questions?
No
I'll
questions.
tell you what.
Yeah.
No questions yet. Well, we can't stand behind the camera the whole time and do the show. So I apologize, but if y'all got questions, definitely pose them. You can send them to my email, and I'll try to get to them. Donna Brunga, good one. Bring everybody else into the equation. I agree.
Because you can't sit here with just me, you, and Lori and have.
Yes, I can. Because you know something? I can go all day in the paint with
You know
y'all.
what?
That one can.
Okay.
All
But
day.
the thing is that we right though, Jerry. We right.
What you mean?
We right.
Girl, you suck on that. Suck on this. Stick that in your mouth. Yeah, shut you up right now. There's nothing but lightning in the
When
building.
you have, I mean, that's the biggest issue that I see that goes wrong in a lot of marriages is the girlfriend. Or
Yes.
the your boy, right?
I
I mean,
agree.
they always talking about, well, man, I wouldn't
In your
accept
ear.
this and I wouldn't take
In
this.
your ear. You know why? A lot of times they are sometimes jealous. And a lot of times it's just, I can't understand how you got that. And it's all in jealousy and envy. And sometimes people just like misery. I can't always call the negativity. But I'm going to tell you the positivity is understanding what they do. And now, when you can catch your man coming in and saying, you know, my boy didn't appreciate when you said such and such. And you can find a way to address it without calling his man card. I'm going to tell you.
What was
you're
the
good.
question?
The question is when a person comes to you and say, hey man, my boy didn't appreciate what you just said to him.
What do you mean, like a guy?
Well, yeah, his boy.
Okay, he's
His
coming
boy.
up to you, talking
It's coming
to
to you.
Oh, to me?
Because you know how you are. You very vocal. You know, you like to cut people down, you know.
Oh, so you saying my man
Yeah, your man come to you
and says,
that, you know, my boy didn't appreciate how you just cut him down.
you don't be bringing that to
No, you don't bring that to me.
You don't bring that to me.
Really?
But,
Honestly?
now,
Are
see,
you serious?
no, see,
What?
no, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell y'all something.
Yeah.
Because I really think.
Well,
Yes.
hold on,
Okay.
hold on,
But see,
hold on. I'm going to help y'all out real quick with your not caring.
I can carry
When you demise and put a person down, I do care. Because if you say some things that's foolish, and you say somebody's stupid, ignorant, and you really talking out of passion, you gotta understand, a lot of time we prejudging. Like if you know a person cheats and he does some things and he finally get caught up, guess what? It's wise sometimes not to put down and talk about and let them go through their pain.
But if you're a person that cares for a person,
That's
whether
not
you
putting
care
them
for
down.
You don't have to say anything. What you go through
you
is
did
for
though.
you. But
I
you don't
said
have
you
to.
did. I didn't say that. I said when you did cut them down, you ain't listening. You're talking. I said you actually said you're a foolish person for everything you did, and you know how y'all go in because you get tired of hearing it. It happens all the
Some
time.
people go in.
It's
You
called.
can't say
Well,
it.
I
Let's
say
not
some.
let this go, Jerry.
I'm just asking. Again, sometimes we have to, and because I do it on this show, I promise you I do. Because sometimes we have to. We have to bring realness to anybody's life. But I'm saying when you are a person and say I keep it real, and you hear all the time, I say whatever on my mind. I keep it real. Sometimes you need to hold back because your keeping it real can cut people down. That doesn't help.
Right.
Okay? And that's where I'm asking
Okay, so
is
you
when
saying,
you're
okay,
when somebody comes and say, hey, you cutting people down and you hurt people, and you be like, I don't care, because that's what he need to hear. I'm just saying sometimes we need to check ourselves
Right.
because we are trying to do something other than what we
Right.
called to do. And that's what I'm also asking. Because sometimes we get overbearing. Now, even me, I have fun. I do. But when it comes to bringing somebody down,
Right.
please
Well,
believe, come to me, because that's not my goal.
But that's different.
Now, you can say it's different, but when you in your emotions, I'm just saying, and you talking about somebody,
Well,
and they
no,
go in on you.
First of all, anything that my man and I discuss is supposed to stay between me and my man.
Well, I will agree with you, but I said you cussed his boy out.
Well, I'm not going to cuss his boy out. Why am I going to cuss his boy out?
No, first of all, yes, you would. If his boy said something to you, and you felt certain type of way, yes, you
The
would.
man should be stepping in at that point.
Well, hold on. I'm going to tell you right now, yes and no. Because that one over there will say what she want to say, and I hear about it a whole lot later. I'm going to tell you right now, Laura don't wait for me or anybody. If she feel offended or you say anything to her, she going to address it then. I hear about it later.
I know how to address things.
No, you do not.
Yes,
no, you don't.
Hold on.
Girl, you go in deep.
So I know how
I've been with you long enough to know that people came to me and said you cussed them the hell out.
You know what? I don't need to cuss nobody out. I can
Not
address
now.
things and people.
Now.
And it can be right. And
I'm
I don't
glad
need to
she
curse
learned it
you out
now.
because I'm not your judge and I'm not here to judge you.
Now.
My opinion is just that, my opinion. I'm going to keep it to myself. But if you come at me wrong, I know how to address you.
Oh,
And I don't even have to.
But if he
Hold
comes
on.
at you,
If you're coming at me, oh no, stop. No, you stop right now.
No, stop. No,
Because you can't come at me any kind of way.
No, hold on. I said it to you for one reason. It was when you was early on. Now, one thing I did is
But
I did
people
that.
grow.
Hold on, Lori. You did grow. That's why I did that on purpose. See, I was fired up. Because one thing about her, she was always fired up when she was young. But one thing she learned was wisdom. Because now, yeah, good looking. She got hype. She was like ready to go in again. Lori, now you go in the paint with more understanding. So again, I ain't dogging you. I'm just saying before you went in deep with other things. You didn't have that knowledge that you have now. So now you don't allow a person to walk over you, and you will speak your mind. But you speak wisely now, and you don't speak foolishly. Well, I want people to understand that when you was young,
And sometimes I wasn't speaking foolishly then. Sometimes I may have, but sometimes I wasn't. Because when it came to my family and my kids, I'm not speaking foolishly because I'm going to protect mine.
But Jared, let me try to understand what you're talking about.
No, I was picking with Lori, but because it was
you
different
gotta stop
things.
that. But I'm just saying.
It was different things. But what I was picking with her was, and it's to life. When we start off writing with a pencil.
Right.
Okay? Because we had an eraser.
You got to erase.
Now we write with a pen. Now what we do is permanently engraved. What mark are you leaving in life? One thing about her I can tell you, what we did back then was then. Okay? I pick with her now because she still speaks passionately. That's why she said, no, don't speak on me like that. Because we all are passionate. But when are we going to make that our purpose? Because one thing about her, she going to speak out because she has a purpose. And one thing I want to get other people to understand, we all have it. When are you going to use it? Because she says, I don't have to wait for you to defend. I'm going to defend. And that's one of the things I want you to hear. Because if I'm not around, a lot of people say, you got to wait for the man. One thing I know, this woman is not going to wait on nothing. If she feels a fear or she feels something's going to happen,
right,
she's going to handle it. And I'm going to tell people, you have to step up to the forefront. And that's what she did
You got my
from
bail
day
money?
one.
That was back then.
Yeah, that's it.
Now? Well, it depends on what it is.
She might hold up.
It
But
might
I'm going to
depend
tell
on what it
you,
is.
we all have to grow. That's growth. And that's where I'm getting people to understand. We have to grow and we have to know. And one thing I would say, as I picked with her and I told her, we did things, but guess what? Quit bringing up, and that's what I was hoping that she said, because it's TMI. Quit going back. It's not about going back in my past. It's about knowing my present. And that's why I picked with her, because one thing I can tell her, she's not the same person. And that's what the show is about tonight. So I picked, and I know Donna was like, why would you pick? Because the show started with TMI. Why you go back in a person's past and keep talking about a person's past when it's not necessarily their present? And that's how we do it. That's not right.
Well,
So
when you've been with
I
somebody
did.
for 35
It
years.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I do not.
But still,
I
people
should
grow.
not
People
conduct
grow.
our friendship now that way.
Right.
But I'm gonna do it for the show because the show need to know this is some things we need to get right. Because how a person was does not reflect how they are now. If they learn from mistakes, quit judging them by their past. I picked with Lori tonight, and I knew it was this, and no one else knew. But the one thing I seen how she got roused up, but she kept to her point. And I like to say, do not do that. And this is how we correct, is by reflect. Because that's not right. Because she's not that person. She was. She did it, but that's not her now. And I like to say, the person you with, let's stop doing what we're doing. So again, I have to play games for make you realize the games you're playing. When I'm not trying to play a game.
So your past sometimes helps you bring you to where you at. You look at what you have and have going on behind you, or the things that you did in your past, to know that you want to do things differently. And as you would develop a relationship, as whether it's with God and as you better in yourself, you want to do things different. I mean, I'm not a person to judge anybody. I stopped that a long time ago. So you know what? You come at me wrong, I may come at you wrong, but it's going to be in a totally whole different. I'm grown now, so I don't need all that foolishness behind me.
We're going to be totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody changes after a while. You change and you get better. Hopefully you get better.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
But if I'm gonna tell you, if somebody comes up to me and they're saying something to me that I feel as though may not be right, I'm gonna let you know. Okay, but there's a difference when you mature in wisdom. If you don't get those two things together, then that might be an issue there, because as you get older, you're supposed to get wisdom. Okay,
Well,
get wiser. Okay, get wiser.
Remember, wiser wisdom is really executing knowledge.
Right.
So you have to learn from your mistakes and execute it.
Right.
And without that, that's not wisdom. So you gave me the definition though, and that's what we need to get back to. So again, to the world, I enjoyed. I see Krabs is calling back, but it's at the end. So we're gonna adjourn. It's a round table, so we're gonna come back again. This is what we do, and I appreciate you guys for coming out as always to be a part of. And Lord, she's spilling drink.
It wasn't that much.
I know she needs to be cut off the mic already, and we gonna be out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Ain't no last call. What John with?
All right. Let me go say bye to Mom.
Yeah, that's why I got
You have